What's up? It's Cody from the Keepers of Nerdom. How y'all doing? Just quick Halo Infinite update. Let's just go through it. Behind me, Kara is actually gonna be playing, and she's gonna be loading up Empyrean, which is the new version of the pit, which is fantastic to have finally. They did change it, and overall saw a little bit of gameplay earlier. It's okay. It's okay. It looks good, but it's also not the original pit, which it's like, why not just remake the original? You just have to be different, I guess. But at least Halo Infinite is trying to go back to the roots of Halo 2, Halo 3. Let's see. That was one of the big things. They added three big things that I'm aware of. Some stuff for Forge to search custom games. The Empyrean, the pit, is finally here. And one of the more interesting pieces as well was that they didn't quite do a cross-core customization thing, but what they did is apparently give access to everyone for all of the armor things, which is a little frustrating considering there's those of us that worked really hard to get those, and not like super hard, but yet we put in time, energy, and effort to get them, right? And other people just get them. Now, granted, they don't get the customization that we do. You know, the samurai armor in its the Yorai armor in its original form is just kind of bleh, but it's still, you have it. The other thing that they did add was apparently all armors now have the base 10 coatings for their armor colors. So everybody has the same armor coatings. That's good. It is good. Those are the bland ones, but at least they're given out for free. That's helpful, right? Halo Infinite, you know, as far as customization goes, it is a neat thing, and I think with cross-core customization, it's going to be really awesome. I still wish that they would let us actually use those outfits and customize them some, because there's some helmets that I would love to put on that armor, because then they gave out the more recent version of this stuff, which was different colors and different design, and you can customize it because it's not a full-on just suit. And that's really unfortunate because these things are beautiful and I want to actually use them as such. So, you know, why did people go back to Halo 3? Why did people go back to Battlefront 2? Both versions of Battlefront 2, right? Why did they go back to these things? And I think the answer is fun. It's also just putting in a lot of stuff in the game that's going to make you want to come back and play. Now, Halo Infinite is a lot of fun, especially with friends, but it's missing something. It's almost like there are a lot of guns in the game, but it doesn't feel like a lot of guns because they all do the same things. And what's funny is in Halo 3, for example, they, you know, there's human weapons, which there's quite a big selection. There's your Covenant weapons, and then there's also the Brutes. And the Brutes had their Spiker pistols, the Brute Shot, Gravity Hammer, and the shotgun pistols that you could dual wield. And again, dual wielding was another thing that just customized the game, that lets you experiment. Why haven't we ever gotten that back? Why doesn't Halo Infinite have that? Like, it just seems like a really easy fix, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's an interesting one. And, you know, Halo 4 even, we had the Covenant, we had human weapons, and then Promethean weapons. And I don't remember much on if Brute stuff was still mixed in with Covenant, I don't remember. But there was 3 different sets, but sometimes those weapons for the Promethean felt so similar to other things that it didn't really seem like they were actually something to stand out and be different. It's weird because Halo has prided itself on this idea of lots of good customization. Totally. But, see, that's a new spot in the pit that the pit didn't have. That's interesting. Interesting, but where's the vehicle down there? They took it out and put in a... I don't know if I like that. Did they have a vehicle always, or did we just put that in? I don't remember. But overall, it's just one of those things that if you put in a lot of weapons but they don't do anything different, it doesn't really matter. It's giving enough differences. You know, let me know in the comments if you enjoy the Promethean weapons, because I really did. Like the pistol I really liked a lot, because it was a pistol, but then it played different with the shotgun ability, but yet it was just a combination of 2 other guns. You see what I mean? That it was the same but different. That's kind of the interesting thing, that there's a few guns in this game that you just go, do I really want the commando rifle versus the assault rifle? No, I'll just take the assault rifle. That's fine. And that's okay, but then why is the gun in here? It doesn't serve a purpose very often, if ever. And the plasma pistol for the longest time, anybody didn't want to take it because it was really weak, and it didn't even shut down vehicles because they'd replaced it with the disruptor pistol. Disruptor pistol is really cool, but it changed everything in the dynamic. So, can you add more guns? Well, yeah. I mean, where's the Spartan laser? Why didn't we just bring that back? Why not? Because the Spartan laser would have been... It's the weirdest, goofiest, craziest thing, and they brought it back in a roundabout way of the big brute spiker thing, and it's not as fun. It's not as neat. Meh. I don't know. Just makes me sad because the big old spiker dealio is just... Some people are amazing with it, but it's frustrating to see that thing happens. And I think that's just the issue is, separate the guns out, put more maps in, like let these people that do these custom maps just get permission or whatever you need to do and grab these things and go. Let's go. Let's make these maps. Let's get this stuff going. Like, if you can make the pit and people that want to, they can make Guardian, they can make other maps from older games. Let's go. I want to see all the maps from Halo 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and even some of the stuff in Halo 1. Put them in, and if there's ones that aren't that good, well then don't include them, but get them in here and have another 15, 20 maps as you're working on a map or two new, so that way people go, yes, I get to play back on these maps in Halo Infinite. This is awesome. I don't see why we haven't had that, but it's also like Halo Infinite has just taken way too long to update, and I guess we've gotten used to this idea now that everything is going to have 12 updates and going to be played for the next 7 years, and that's good when it's working right. Fortnite has figured that out, unfortunately, and not to say unfortunate for Fortnite, but just for other games, because other games you have this expectation of, and when it's not met, it's a problem. It's a very big problem. So I think overall, Halo Infinite is a fun game, but we still don't have a big progression system either overarching that costs lots of time. Halo 3 had that still, and Halo Reach, where it took tons and tons of time and effort to earn some of these, armors or pieces or coatings or fill in the blank, right? And that made it more interesting to keep playing. It gave you something to work towards, even if it was not something very big. It was an armor effect of the blight or the helmet with a skull inside of it and the mask off of it, so you could see the skull, just to show off that you had ranked up that far, right? And those are things to work towards. And why doesn't Halo Infinite have that? We have battle passes and things like that. The little 30-tier battle pass was fun, but the rewards in it were kind of meh. I'm still waiting for JFO, and I'm nervous that even though everybody says, oh, it's going to be totally just a, free thing, kind of nervous that it's not. Because they did give us all the cores for free, and now I'm kind of going, are they though? And that's the other thing real quick. The item shops prices, they've been down, and then all of a sudden this mythic effects set thing, shoulder pieces, headpiece, which you can't have both, and then kill effects as you defeat people, and then also the as you're running and gliding and jumping, of Blizzard stuff. Like, it looks really cool, but it's 1,800 credits, $18, and if you don't have any credits, that's $20, because the only thing you can buy is the $20 thing. You can't buy an $18 set. So it's kind of limited. Not a fan, because $18 for effects, and 2 of which you can't use at the same time. You just can't. That's silly. That's dumb. So pay $18 and you can put one on one of the armors and one on the other, but you can't use them at the same time, so you never have them all accessible, plus all the other things you've already earned. It's not worth it. And, their prices, I'm just so sick of prices in shops and stores, and I think sometimes Fortnite jaded me with that, because their prices are actually really pretty high. But because of Save the World, you can earn free V-Bucks every day, so it doesn't really matter. So you can have that stuff over time, and you can get it for free, and it's not a big deal. But over here in Halo, how do we get coins? You don't. Battle Pass is the only way you'll show up with coins at all. That's it. That's it. That's all you get. It's kind of lame. Anyway, I've been Cody from the Keepers of Nerddom. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of Halo Infinite and its where it's at this point. Status update. Let me know what you think of it. Take care.